Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. So I wouldn't be an Irish person who loves makeup if I didn't do a St. Patrick's Day appropriate makeup. But I wanted this year, I did one last year and it was one of the first videos on my channel, so it's not great. But I wanted to do something somewhat wearable and kind of somewhat practical, so it's not kind of full on just green all over your eyes. So I went with kind of a more wearable shade on the lid and then went a bit crazy with the bottom lash line. I did kind of pop a bit of green in the inner corner, but of course you don't have to do that. So without further ado, if you want to see me create this easy, I think it's easy, St. Patrick's Day appropriate makeup, just keep watching. So I'm just gone into this completely off the cuff. I just kind of pulled out some eyeshadows that I want to use, and I know I want to kind of keep it somewhat subtle with just a pop of green rather than a full-on green, which I do love as well, but just do something a bit different. So I'm going to start out with my trusty Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm going to go in first with Nudie. I have obviously a base on, I've done my brows and I primed and set my lids, so I'm going to go in with Nudie just in the crease. This is just a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, and because I have like a somewhat hooded eyes, I do need a bit of a guide to see where my crease is going to begin and end. So this is just kind of stuff I do generally. I'm going to go in with the shade Commando as well, and then which is a little bit deeper but still pretty subtle, to just kind of build up the colour a little bit. You usually don't see these colours, but it just kind of, for me, it gives me a gauge of eye shape and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm going to clean off that brush on my pyjama bottoms because this is real life, and I'm going to take the shade Blow, which is the satin shade in this palette, which I love for my brow bone. And doing this with a matte or like a more satin shade will kind of get rid of any discoloration you might have, which I have quite a bit. So then I'm taking my Z palette that I made myself. It's kind of a mixture of Makeup Geek and MAC eyeshadows. I think I'm just going to use the same brush. This is an angled shadow brush, it's aptly called, from Real Techniques. I'm going to take the colour Latte, which is a cool tone brown, and just on the side of the brush there, and I'm going to tilt my head back so I can see in the mirror, and I'm just going to darken things up a little bit. And this is a good shade because, well, I'm a fan of cool tone shadows. I know not everyone is. Now I use cool tone and warm, but I like this shadow for underneath other shadows, and you can kind of see like it gives a gradual blend, which is nice. As you can see, it's well loved. Now apologies, I'm kind of swapping and picking different random eyeshadows. For my lid, I think I'm going to go with this is Satin Taupe by MAC, which is, oh, this is an awesome shadow. If you buy one shadow from MAC, I recommend that. And MAC eyeshadows are actually reduced in price now in Ireland. They're €7. I think they used to be like 11 or something like that in the pan. So they're worth it now. I don't mind, like I've bought a few more over the last little while because I don't mind kind of splurging a little bit because you're getting more for your money. But I'm going to take this on like a blender brush. I can't talk. And I'm going to put this over the lid. But depending on how you apply this colour, it looks different. This is like a more cool tone shadow, but I will warm it up a little bit. But I think Satin Taupe goes really well with green. I have Club here as well, and I was going to use that, but I thought that's full on green, so I'll keep the lid more kind of brown toned and have a bit of fun on the bottom lash line. I wanted to make this pretty easy. Like, you don't have to do all them steps that I did to begin with. That's just more habit as well now, more than anything else. Watching too many YouTube videos, that's my problem. And then this handy little blank canvas brush is dual ended, so I can use the other more fluffy side to blend everything out a little bit. To warm things up a little bit, I'm going to take Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, which is like a warm tone matte brown, and I'm going to use this brush again, cleaned off of my pyjamas, the blending brush from Blank Canvas, and take it on the tip and just work it into the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to blend it into the crease as well, lightly. I don't worry too much about like edges because I end up cleaning them with concealer anyway. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Tiki Hut just because I like this colour. And on the more fluffy brush, I'm just going to apply a smidgen of that into the crease. Blend off my brush really, or clean off my brush really well. And then I just really like this as the second colour up. I don't use a lot of it, but I think using a little bit kind of adds to a look. It's very similar to MAC Uninterrupted, which I believe is discontinued now. So I'm going to line my upper lash line with the H&M Colour Essence Eye Pencil in Raw Umber. Completely bought this because Anna from the Anna Edit was raving about it. And it's a really nice bronzy soft pencil. It applies really easily. And I've been using it pretty much every day since I got it. So that's always a good sign. I've tried a good amount of the H&M makeup. And when we were in Oslo last year, I bought loads of it. And some of it I really like, some of it not so much. I bought an eyeshadow palette which I ended up throwing out because it looked beautiful in the pan, but it didn't apply well to the eyes at all. It wasn't worth keeping. Then I'm going to apply my concealer first before I start playing with the lower lash line. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I can kind of use this then to clean up my messiness because I am quite a messy blender. And because, again, I'm clumsy, I do tend to kind of blend away some of the shadow, so I just kind of go in with the brush I was using and just diffuse the colour again. So for the festive pop of green, I'm going to use the Kiko Long Lasting Eyeshadow Stick in 10. And I'm going to apply that under the lash line. As close to the lashes as I can get. I don't want any gaps. And then I'm just going to blend that in with a little brush. This is just the base colour. You could like align your top line with this as well, and it'd be really pretty. But I'm trying to kind of keep this somewhat subtle. As subtle as green eyeshadow can be. Or you can just leave it there and add mascara and you're good to go. But I'm going to go over it with eyeshadow. So I'm going to take, I think, yeah. I'm going to go with Typhoon by Makeup Geek, which is a really pretty forest green shimmer. It's gorgeous. And this will set the cream shadow stick as well as making it more green, because on closer inspection, looking at that shadow stick on my eyes, it kind of has a blue tinge to it. Now I'm going quite low with this because that's kind of what I enjoy. If you don't, you can just kind of leave it as a thin line, it's fine. It's just a pop of colour. And then I'm going to take the brush that I was blending out with earlier and just use that to diffuse the colour and make it a little less harsh. And I'm going to take my concealer as well because I can see there's a bit of green where there shouldn't be. So I'm going to go green on the waterline as well because I'm feeling crazy. So this is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in 12. I have a green. Good name. I quite like these pencils. If you layer them on a few times, they last quite well. Then, as always, I'm going to curl the bejesus out of my eyelashes. I think when you add mascara, everything kind of comes together and you realise that you don't look like you got punched in the face. But there's always a touch and go moment before that. So bottom lashes, using my MAC Extended Play as per usual. So I'm feeling a bit fancy, so I'm going to go in with the shade Apple Teeny, if I can show you, which is like a bright lime green. And I'm going to take it on a pencil brush and just put it a little bit in the inner corner of my eye. I said I was going subtle. This isn't really subtle, is it? I actually quite like that. It probably looks terrible on the camera, but in real life, I promise it looks good. So I'm going to set under my eyes using the NYX contour kit, the yellow and the skin colour shade. And I'm going to apply some of the Last and Finish concealer from Rimmel, just in areas I want an extra bit of coverage. I'm really liking this concealer. And it's quite malleable as well. And then just blend that in. To warm things up a little bit, I'm going to use NARS Laguna on my 5 head. Then for blush, I'm going to go the corally route because our flag is green, white and orange. So this is kind of the orange nod. So this is California by Benefit, which is a really pretty coral with a fleck of gold running through it. And I think orange and green go quite nicely together anyway. This smells like holidays. It smells like sun cream. To set everything, I'm going to use the Isadora Matte Fixing Powder. It's just a transparent powder. This works really well on my skin. And then for highlighter, I'm going to use a white highlighter. This is Pearl by Becca. So see, green, white and orange. Okay, you with me? No? Sure, look. No one will know the difference, but sure, I will. I know I'm being patriotic. And then to finish things off, I'm going to use the Bourjois Velvet Rouge Edition in Peach Club, which is obviously a peachy colour. Again, a nod to the orange. But I'm just going to apply some, I'm just going to apply a little bit because it is kind of a full-on colour, and diffuse it and wear it more as a stain, because if you are eating and drinking, you don't want to be worrying about topping up your lippy. And then, as always, to finish things off, some fixing spray. This is the L'Oreal Infallible one, which is my favourite I've found so far. So I will douse my face in this. I think it does a really, really good job. And there's my easy, I think, like obviously I used more shades than necessary. You don't have to use that many, but I think the idea I was getting that you could kind of play up your under eye rather than going full on green all over your lids, and like it still kind of ties into the St. Patrick's Day vibe without being too much. If you don't want too much, if you do, go hell for leather, put them shamrocks on your face. So, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you have a great day. It's a bank holiday, so, well, here in Ireland anyway, I'm sure it's not anywhere else in the world. So enjoy your day off. Do whatever makes you happy, whether it's go to the parade, whether it's sit on your bum and watch it on the television, whatever you want to do. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.